Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to part 4 of the electric guitar build project. Okay, so in part 3 I was starting to cut out the cavities in the body, neck pocket, humbucker pocket if you like, and the control pocket. Just going to call them all pockets. So I'd started by drilling some large holes with Forstner bits in my pillar drill to give myself somewhere to start with the router and with handsaw. And you saw me starting to cut out the control unit hole using handsaws. It was a bit finicky, a bit fiddly, and you know in the end I used the jigsaw, which sped things up a bit. It's not all that accurate, so I don't like using it really on this thicker wood. So I said that I was going to set up the router to continue cutting out all of these pockets on the body. However, I had an issue. My router has passed away. It doesn't work anymore. I'm sure it's something fairly simple, to be honest, but I had problems with it before. It just kept stopping while I was using it. So this morning I actually took the back off and had a look at the switch and the wires and everything. Couldn't really see any problem. I pulled the connector wires off the on-off switch and just squeezed them with a pair of pliers because they did seem a little bit loose, and put them back on. And actually after I did that, it seemed to solve the problem. It was switching on and off and it was working perfectly. But now it's died again, and it's a bit of an issue. It is a problem. I mean, it was only a cheap one, but I do expect it to work. And I haven't really got decent router bits either. When I was starting to cut out the humbucker pocket, it kept catching and taking out big chunks. It might not be the bit, it might be this wood, because it's all kind of different pieces of wood. So that might be part of the issue. But as I said, the router has died, so I've had to order another one. I think it's the same model, just under a different brand name. Again, pretty cheap, but I need one. But what I have been doing is continuing with this job by hand. So I've got the control unit slot cut out now, pretty much, you know, to shape and smoothed and everything. And also the top humbucker slot, I've got that done. Probably still needs a little bit of tidying, but it's the humbucker fits in there, and you've got a little bit of wiggle room if you need to adjust the angle of it. So that's done, and I've done a fair bit of the neck pocket, and you'll see I've cut this piece off here because it's going to be impossible to do that by hand with that there, so I just cut it off. It had to come off anyway. I just needed to leave it there till the sort of the last thing as a guideline. So I'm having to finish this job by hand, which is not ideal. It's not as accurate, and it takes a heck of a lot longer, but you know, what choice do I have, really? So I've got the neck pocket almost cut out. You know, I'm having to hand do it with rasps and files, and I was using my Shinto saw rasp to take off the bulk of the material. But you know, I don't want to use like you know, a Dremel, that kind of thing, because it could easily go wrong, and I'd rather just do it by hand. There's much more control. Sure, it takes a bit longer, takes a lot longer, and it's quite difficult to get it perfectly accurate. I mean, for this neck pocket, it needs to be perfect. The neck doesn't quite go in just yet, but we're almost there. So I'm going to continue to cut this neck pocket out and see if we can get that neck to fit. Let's have some light on the matter. How about that? And hopefully There's no reason why it shouldn't fit up nicely once I've finished it. It's just it takes a long time. Quite hard on the hands as well. Very hard wood this is. I need to be the other way round really. Oh well, persevere. That side is almost there. I think I'll get the sides done first, and then I can tidy this back bit up afterwards. I just want it to get actually in the slot. And we're almost there, as I said. There's not much to go. Did a majority of off camera. I've been, you know, cutting these out for again about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So I want them to be right. And as I said, it is difficult to get it really accurate by hand, but I'll do my best. So long as the neck pocket, the neck goes into the pocket fairly snugly, you know, pretty tight, that's kind of the most important, well, second most important really. The most important thing is perfect alignment, and that's where I might have a couple of issues here, but we'll see how we go. You never know. Might do a good job. Right, let's see how close we are now to that actually going in there. Really close. Really close. Okay, just a little bit more. Right, I think we're good on that one. Let me just fine file that. Yes, this side it needs to come off a bit more. Also need to bear in mind that although it's very, very subtle, this does taper outwards towards this end. So if I'm trying to fit that further up, it's not going to fit. And if I make it fit there, it will be too loose further down. So very, very fine finessing at this stage. That's why doing it with a router is so much quicker, so much easier, so much more accurate. But if it doesn't work, what can you do? That's got to be close. Actually, yes, that's about there. So I've got to do this sort of back bit or the end bit now. That needs quite a bit yet. Of course, the corners are quite difficult as well. They're rounded corners, and they've got to be pretty accurate. Well, we're getting close. Take a bit off with the, no, not curved enough, not curved at all. just want to tidy that up a bit with the file first. I know I've still got a way to go. I just want to see how close we are to the line I've drawn. Yeah, we need a bit more off of that yet. Definitely getting close now. Let's see how we're looking now. So close. A little bit up in this corner. I can see a little hump there. I'm going to take that back. See where we are. Dang, that's close. Yeah, still a little bit off on this corner. Take a little bit of a hump off there. Too bad, not too bad. God, man, that's so close. Actually, that probably would go in, but it's still that same bit there. Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it more than see it, actually. Try and tidy that corner up there. See how that is. It's got to be pretty close. Okay, it is close, but okay, a little bit down here. It's holding it up. How's that? Still the same spot, just there. Yeah, you can see it and feel it. That's got to be it now. Yeah. So yeah, now you can see the problems I'm having with alignment. I knew this was going to happen. So that's going to be difficult to sort that out. Yeah, you can see that's out quite a bit. A couple of millimeters there, which means, you know, 5 to 10 millimeters at each end. Well, you know, knew that was going to be an issue. So, what have I got to do to sort that out? It's kind of difficult to see where I need to go. Actually, let me just put that back in. Get it seated as far as I can. It's definitely out of alignment, I can see that. This is always the problem, having to do these jobs by hand. Yeah, I mean I can see straight away that is way out. Dang. Yeah, okay. So, I've got to sort that out somehow. I think I know how to do it. It's probably going to end up being, you know, that the pocket will probably be opened up a little bit to allow for that alignment. I don't really want to do it that way, but you know, it's always problematic when you do jobs like this by hand. So I don't really have a choice. I'm probably going to end up having to open the neck pocket just a fraction, just a hair. I mean, it will still be better than most factory builds, to be honest, but you know, I'm not quite sure what other way I will be able to get that to line up. So I'm going to end up having to open up the neck pocket. I'm going to continue this off camera because this could still take a while yet, and it's not all that interesting to watch. So once I've got that in a place that I'm happy with, it will be a case of sort of tidying up the edges and things, and then I was going to say then it'll be time to glue the back piece onto it, but what I want to do before that is, see, this is where I need the router. Between the humbucker, and there is going to be another one down here somewhere, the control panel, and eventually the input jack, obviously all the wiring needs to go inside. So what I'm going to do, from the inside of this top bit, I'm going to route some channels for the wires down here to the next humbucker down here, and then over this way to the controls. And I'm also going to be having the jack somewhere down in that corner. So I'm going to basically route a line from here to here, which will be the next humbucker, and then basically from here to here. I think that's all I'll need. So I'm going to route the channels on the inside of this top piece before I glue the back on, rather than trying to drill holes through the body once it's all complete. That will be much easier doing it that way. So I'm going to work on the alignment of this off camera. It shouldn't take too much. I think I can see one or two areas where if I shave off a little bit more, it should sit in there. So that's going to be continued off camera. As I said, I have ordered a new router, and it is, according to the website I ordered it from, it should arrive in a couple of days. That being the case, I can carry on and you know, try and get somewhere. So that will be coming in the next episode. In the meantime, please look after yourselves, look after each other. We will see you soon. Peace out.